All right, thank you, Chairman Graves and Congresswoman Esty, and thanks to the Army Corps for being here today. My congressional district covers the entire northwestern region of the state of Illinois. So the entire western border of my district and, of course, the state of Illinois is the Mississippi River, and then we have the Illinois that runs through the southern part of my district. So I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. And I know that people from throughout my congressional district would line up and talk with you about how the locks and dams have outlived their usefulness. I mean, you understand this. Our inland waterway system moves more than 600 million tons of cargo each year. But because of the outdated infrastructure, nearly half of the shippers are experiencing delays. Again, I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The fix-as-fail approach of the locks and dams puts our growers and our manufacturers and the navigation industry into a guessing game as to whether they're going to be able to deliver their goods on time. And Assistant Secretary James, I know that as a farmer that you understand this, and I'm really happy to have you at the Corps. I love that you have that background. Also, I know that my colleague from Illinois, Congressman Davis, brought up NESP and that both the navigation and environmental aspects of the program are critical to his district, to my district, to our state, to our region. So I do really appreciate your commitment, and also would appreciate being able to work with you, and just wanted to let you know I'm somebody who you can work with on that program. So let me get to my questions. The President's FY 2019 budget proposed a new user fee on commercial barge owners operating on the inland waterway system. This fee would be on top of the current diesel fuel tax that was just raised in 2014. At the same time, the budget fails to spend the money that users have already paid into the Inland Waterway Trust Fund. So I'm wondering what the administration's reasoning is behind imposing a new user fee while failing to reinvest the full money users have already paid to improve our locks and dam system. And Mr. James, maybe you could start with that, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for the welcome.
Yes.
The increased fee is to prepare for infrastructure in the inland waterway system over the next 10 years. Now, I know we have a balance in there right now, and I do know that the navigation industry heartily agreed to the 29 cents. I can't honestly say what they think about the additional fee. I haven't talked to them about that. But that's why we have asked to put on that additional fee, to try to build up a coffer so that when we do get the money through the regular funding process, we can move out on these antiquated locks and dams.
Okay, Lieutenant General, anything you'd like to add?
It wouldn't be my way of doing things, those trust funds, but that's the way they are.
Okay.
I think the Secretary's got it, ma'am.
Okay. Now, is there an economic analysis that you could provide that would evaluate the impact of a user fee on the commercial barge industry to help them understand, to help us understand that what that would do to the cost of goods being shipped along our rivers?
I haven't seen anything like that in writing. We will, the staff will look at that, and if I can find something, I'll sure get it to you.
Okay, that'd be helpful. We'd just like to have a deeper understanding of what that would look like, if you don't mind. With my remaining 1 minute and 20 seconds. So we have an $8.7 billion backlog of inland waterway projects. So when the President gave his speech about our locks and dams last summer on the Ohio River, I had hoped to see a plan for real investment in infrastructure. Unfortunately, there hasn't been additional federal investment in the locks and dams plan. And with no new starts included in the budget, and so many of our locks and dams far past their design life, as we had just brought up, what is the administration's plan for addressing the need to upgrade our locks and dams, if you could get into that, either one of you?
Ma'am, I can't address that at this time. I guess I would say I don't know the position right now. That's basically a pretty deep policy position, and honestly, I haven't been here long enough to get into that. If I can determine that, I will get to you with it as soon as possible.
Okay, and we'd love to have a deeper conversation after you've had a chance to get settled in a little bit. And Lieutenant General, is there anything that you might be able to offer on that?
I would just say, ma'am, the most important thing we can do is, from an engineering perspective, make sure that Congress understand and the administration understand the risk if, in fact, you don't invest in infrastructure.
That's a great point. That's a great point. All right, I am out of time, and I just want to thank you both for answering my questions. I appreciate it. With that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman.